Good morning, everybody. My name is Carl, and welcome to my final Game of Thrones Season 5 Q&A, where I take some of your questions and try to answer them. You're probably wondering, why the hell am I so late on this one? And to answer your question, vacation. Yeah, that's mainly it. Well, yes, I've taken some of the questions you guys have been giving me over the past week, and I have narrowed them down to a few that I will be answering in this video. By the way, I'm almost done rewatching Game of Thrones Season 5, so I can give it a proper and final review, and I must say, I like the show much better when I can binge watch it, and some of it still sucks, but it's better when you can do it from one episode to another without having to wait a week. But let me stop rambling and just get onto it. Let's do it. First question is from Derek, and he asks me if I think the Night's Watch will go kill the Wildlings now that Jon Snow is dead. Good question. I'm also curious to see how this will play out. Jon was the only guy that wanted to get the Wildlings past the wall, and now that they are, and he's gone, will the Night's Watch set up a search party to go find the Wildlings and kill them? I'd like to think so, but I don't see how they could with so few men. The Wildlings, on foot, are still a few days' ride from the wall. They could go after them, but Wun is still with them, and he'll fuck them up if they try. The one thing that really bugs the hell out of me is, where the hell is Ed and the other Night's Watch guys that went with Jon to Hardhome? Why didn't anybody from that group speak up and say, yeah, Jon is right, we have a big problem? And yes, I just watched that episode, Ed is still alive and well. Where the hell was he in the final episode? I hate how the show sometimes forget these minor characters, you know? For example, Gendry probably rode his way around Westeros 4 times by now. But what I think will happen is that Jon Snow is dead, the Night's Watch will gather as many men as they can, hunt down the Wildlings, and then return to Castle Black, and a resurrected Jon Snow will be there waiting for them. That would be kick-ass, and I really want that to happen, and I think that's what will happen, but we'll just have to see. Next question is from Rogue Doll, and they ask me what I think will happen to Sansa and Theon. You know, I really hope they did escape and that there won't be a bullshit death, like in episode 1 of the new season we find Theon lying there dead with his legs broken. I think that would be a pretty shitty way to kill off that character, but anything is possible now. I didn't think the show could get any worse with some of their choices, but this season's Sand Snakes proved this all wrong. But yeah, what do I think will happen? Well, I'm thinking maybe Theon and Sansa will either meet up with Brienne, or maybe meet up with one of the few Ironborn still in the north. This could be another way that they could introduce the remaining characters from the novel that haven't made it on the show, like Theon's uncles. But knowing Sansa's luck and how thirsty the writers are to abuse her, she'll probably run into Emperor Palpatine and he'll torture her or some shit. I seriously don't doubt them, they'll figure out a way to make that poor girl suffer. Max Rav asks me, what will Davos do now that Stannis is dead? This is a bit difficult to answer because in the novels, Davos is not in Castle Black and Stannis is still alive. But I think Davos will either go find Rickon or he'll try to find Gendry, who is basically the only true Baratheon left alive. Some of you have forgotten, Robert, Renly, and Stannis are all dead. Most of Robert's bastards were killed in Season 2 when Joffrey had the gold cloaks go all over the city killing them in a montage of death. Shireen is also gone. Davos may go find Gendry and try to place him on the Iron Throne, or maybe locate him and seat him as the new Lord of Storm's End. I honestly don't know what they can do with his character now in the television show, but what I hope will happen is Davos will go find Rickon, rally the North, and try to avenge Stannis, who he believes died at the hands of the Boltons. I think they may go that way because it does follow the novel in some way, unless they completely say fuck it and do their own thing, which is what they've been doing with Sansa and a few other characters as well. And because I like to answer one non-Thrones related question per Q&A, Sparaz asks me if there's any advice I can give to a starting YouTuber. Well, here's the thing about me. I'm not gonna give you some bullshit, never give up Disney speech. The reality of YouTube is luck. Plain and simple. YouTube's channels are like those television lineup shows. Some are a hit and some are a miss, and it really comes down to 50% luck, 20% content, 20% character, and the remaining 10% is made up of random shit I won't even go into in this video. Hell, some people don't even have any of those things and they're still a big channel. Not naming any names, but the best I can say to you is good luck. Also, if you're watching this video and you're a YouTuber with more than 5,000 subscribers, and you would like to increase your views and maybe earn a bit of cash, contact me on my Facebook page. I will offer any assistance I can to help you out, and no, there will be no strings attached, nor will I ask you for anything in return. The reason I'm doing this is because when I was a small channel, nobody really helped me out, so I don't mind helping out smaller channels who want it, you know? Also, if you're a female YouTuber who's starting out, let me just say that you don't need to show off your skin in videos for views and subs. There's this one female YouTuber who does Game of Thrones content, and ever since she started dressing like a prostitute, I just lost a bit of respect for her. Ladies, you don't need to do that to get our interests. It's great that you're proud of your body, as well as any woman should be, but you don't have to resort to stuff like that to get views. I hope I don't sound like a jerk by saying that, because personally, I don't watch for sex appeal. I enjoy content above all, and you shouldn't have to resort to being one of those reply girls. But that's just my opinion, and all I can say is good luck. Brennan, I hope I said your name right, asks me, do I believe that Peter Baelish will take the army of the Vale and attack Winterfell next season? I honestly hope so. His plotline has gone off course, and I kind of like what they're doing with him. This is the type of character I love in every movie or television, the one guy who is basically the puppet master. It's great. Stannis lost the Battle of Winterfell, but the Boltons took some losses as well. Not a lot, but they are slightly weakened. Baelish could swoop in and take them out. Melisandre did say that she saw the Bolton banners being burned, so maybe he'll be the one that does it? Oh, and before I forget, there was a bullshit leak a while back saying how Varys would be killing Peter in the Season 5 finale, but that turned out to be untrue, and I'll talk more about that leak in the Season 5 final review, because you won't believe some of the shit that's in this. But yes, I do think Peter will come in and take back Winterfell, but I don't think the Boltons will be entirely defeated. And I can't wait to see how Peter will react when he learns that Sansa has escaped. That'll be good. Gale asks me, do I think Melisandre used Stannis as a stepping stone to get to Jon, who could be Azor Ahai? At first, no. I think Melisandre used Stannis because he technically is the king, and it would have been much easier to make desperate men forsake their gods for hers. Let's face it, since Season 2, Stannis had no allies or large armies. All he had was his claim and king's blood, which I think Melisandre used and possibly sucked out any sort of power or potential in him when they had sex. Stannis was her champion and a clear way to get her faith spread into the Seven Kingdoms, considering Thoros of Myr failed in his mission to convert Robert. Her discovery of Jon Snow was likely an accident, and I'm sure she planned to leave Stannis at some point to get to Jon. By the way, for those of you wondering what the hell Azor Ahai is, I'll have a separate video on the issue later on, but it's basically the Chosen One. You know how in Star Wars, Anakin Skywalker is the Chosen One? Same here. Azor Ahai is a legendary figure who will bring balance to the Force, restore peace to Skyrim after throwing the One Ring in the fires of Mount Doom. Or something like that, I have no idea. And to wrap up this video, I'll go through some questions quickly. Some of you asked me what I think Jaime will do after watching his daughter die in front of him. I really hope he doesn't go back to Dorne. I can't stand that shit for another fucking season. But I do hope he goes insane and we get the Jaime we saw in Season 1. You know Season 1 Jaime. Witty, kind of a dick, likes to whisper all his fucking lines. You guys remember that in Season 1? Every time this asshole had a line, he whispered it. It gotten better in recent years, but I had to turn on subtitles for him back in Season 1 and 2. Another thing I'm asked frequently is if Jorah infected Dany with Greyscale. I doubt it. I don't think it's gone to the point where it's infectious yet. Plus, didn't he touch her with his right hand and not the left? I believe his left hand was the one that was infected. Also, many people have been wondering, how will we learn of Jon Snow's parentage now that he is dead? And I honestly think that Bran will uncover it for us. Apparently he can see into the past, and I'm sure Rhaegar, when he supposedly kidnapped Lyanna, I'm sure we'll see them kissing in front of a weirwood tree in Winterfell. Bran will most likely be the one to discover this secret. That's all guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more videos in the future, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.